Saints and sinners, give me a couple of seconds. I'm going to talk about reincarnation. So I have two little apologies to make. I didn't shave this morning, so I'm looking kind of scruffy. And then the second thing is, this is not driving with Toby in this video. It's parking with Toby. I will make my comments after we play this video for you. And let's see if we can get this.
Housekeeping, you want towels?
Because we need towels. Towels are the greatest thing on earth. Remember to like this video. YouTube likes it when you like our video. The magical treasure princess, who's not here with me tonight, likes it when you like our video. In addition to that, share it with your family, your friends, your neighbors, your business associates, the entirety of your social networks so that we can grow the channel. And then finally, if you're not already a subscriber, this would be the ideal time to subscribe and then click on that notifications bell. So when we launch a live stream, you'll be informed and in the know. In the know in your cabeza. So like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and play this video. And I wasn't driving, and I explain in the video why I wasn't driving. Hey, brothers and sisters. Although I drove to get here, I'm not going to drive. I'm not going to talk while I'm driving, only because I don't like the way the camera shakes. I'll find a way to steady it so I can do it while I'm driving. But I happen to be at the Willow Creek entrance to the Bosca Trail because I was trying my electric bike on the dirt, and it's really amazing how far these vehicles have come. This electric bike is, I don't know. I want to say it's the best electric bike I've ever owned, but it's the only electric bike I've ever owned. I have two others, one that I've had, a Specialized Hard Rock that I've had for 25 years, but that's not what we're here to talk about. So I wanted to talk about Forrest Fenn and the concept, concept of reincarnation. There's an old Hindu saying that goes like this, quote, "Death is the doorway to a new life. We shall return in many forms," unquote. And if you know anything about reincarnation, you should know that it's part of the Hindu religion. The Hindi believe that we are consistently reincarnated. And when we die, our soul moves on to a new body and goes on to a new life. And I started thinking about that in the context of Forrest Fenn and the treasure hunt. And as you know, I'm always talking about who the real Forrest Fenn is. And I had a synchronous moment recently when those of us in the member vault were discussing the last sub-chapter in My War for Me. And I realized, and I shared with our friends in the member vault, that I thought that in 1968, when Forrest Fenn was standing at that waterfall just before he returned home, I feel like Forrest Fenn died inside, and that a new Forrest Fenn was reborn. And that was a Forrest Fenn that was no longer focused as much on himself as the people around him, the people that he cared about. So that was the second Forrest Fenn. Then in 1988, he was diagnosed with cancer. And I imagine, never having been diagnosed in that way, I imagine that was quite a shock. And, you know, you have to start thinking about your life, your past life, and the rest of your life if there's going to be one. They told him he had 3 years to live, or 20% chance of living 3 years. And I'm going to assume that that around 1990 or 1991, he was re-diagnosed as being free of cancer. And I think someplace between the point at which he was diagnosed and the point at which he was told that he no longer had cancer, Forrest Fenn died again inside, and he was reborn again. Now, this is the important Forrest Fenn, and the reason this is the important Forrest Fenn is this is the Forrest Fenn that got the idea for the treasure, collected all the objects necessary to put in that treasure chest, found the treasure chest, made a plan for it, wrote the first part of his memoirs, created the poem to go along with it, and then in 2010 put that all together in one package in the form of the treasure chest in his book, The Thrill of the Chase, where he tells us the story of the treasure chest and then hides the treasure chest. And then I feel like the moment he closed the lid on that treasure chest, Forrest Fenn died and was reborn again as the Forrest Fenn that we know today. So if I was an instructor and I was asking my students to consider that possibility, one of my students would say, well, what does that mean to us? I can only tell them what it means to me. It means to me that if I was studying Forrest Fenn in order, as a byproduct of my search for the treasure that Forrest Fenn hid, I would study the Forrest Fenn between 1988 and 2010. It's a lot, 20 years, but there's a lot of things out there about him, in addition to the work that he did in writing other books. So that's the Forrest Fenn that most intrigues me. I am less intrigued by the Forrest Fenn that existed between 1930 and 1968, and I am less intrigued by the Forrest Fenn that has existed since 2010. Not that they aren't important, but the most important Fenn is Fenn number 2, 1988, 2010. That's the one that hid the treasure. That's the one that wrote the poem. That's the one that published The Thrill of the Chase. The others are not insignificant, but I don't think we need to waste our time in understanding those Forrest Fenns. And I've kind of already told you how I feel about the current Forrest Fenn, that his role now is, after hiding the treasure, to protect the treasure and the poem that tells you where to find it. I am one of those that believe that this treasure will be found. I can't imagine it'll be found in my lifetime. I further believe that Forrest Fenn wants this treasure to be found, but I don't think he cares when it is found. Because the Forrest Fenn that lived from 1988 to 2010 wanted more than anything else to ensure the longevity of his name. So it's difficult. He's made it difficult. He hasn't made it easy. And he is not going to make it easier before his passing. He doesn't care. He doesn't care when it's found. He only cares that one day it is found. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to go home and have a cup of hot coffee just so I can re-warm up my inside. It was chilly out there today. But a lot of fun on that new electric bike. And if you have considered purchasing one, I feel like I can at least recommend, if not strongly recommend, the electric. They've taken the E off of XP model. I've put a total of 25 miles on it in 2 days. Once on the paved part of the Bosque Trail yesterday, and then on the dirt part of the Bosque Trail today. And I can tell you, it is an immense amount of fun while getting exercise. And if you go over to the World Sand channel in the next couple of days, I've put up kind of a first review of it, explaining why it's so much fun. Thanks for joining me today. We will see you Wednesday night on a Gypsy Kiss at 7 p.m. Take care. So that's that. I guess what I have decided to do, because these are my opinions and my opinions can only influence my actions, what I've decided to do is focus on that period between 1988 and 2010. Moreover, I'm going to start building a catalog of materials relating to that period. If you would like to contribute to that catalog, send me an email with a link or an image or anything like that. I'll add it to the catalog, and then I'll share access to the catalog with you. But it's going to require, if you want to have the catalog shared with you, you're going to have to send me something from that period that can be cited, that has what's the word that I'm searching for? Credibility. All right. So thanks for joining me today. I had a lot of fun, and by next time I'll have the whole shaky thing worked out. So you will be driving with Toby as opposed to parking with Toby at the park. So have a good evening.